behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. Got another great interview coming up for you shortly, and I know you won't want to miss that. But before we begin, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell down there below you. And anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified, so you can check that out. And as always, if you'd like to, leave a comment on the comment section. We'd love to hear from you there. And go to facebook.com/Palm Mash TV and follow us there and send us an inbox and comment the things you see there as well. We'd love to hear from you there. And also, if you're on email, go ahead and send us an email at palmmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist that want to be on the show, you can send us an email there and we'll show you how to do that. But we love fan mail as well, so if you're just simply a fan, send us an email and we'll get back to you. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Cleveland, Tennessee, for the third time, we have Gary Matheny, and he's going to be updating us on some things since last time, and I know that you will be interested in that. And we'll get to that in a second, but as usual, here's a quick word from Galtar, the guitar made specifically for women. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
Ready in 5.
Darling, when nothing else seems to match up. Galtar, the musical apparel that fits any outfit. Galtar, bringing heaven to earth. One gal at a time. GaltarHeaven.com.
Okay, we're back from commercial, and with us for a third time on our show from Cleveland, Tennessee, we have Gary Matheny, and we're glad to have you back, Gary.
Hey, thanks, Paul. It's great to be back on your show again. Like I told you earlier, I love telling my stories. So anytime I get an opportunity to get on the big screen, I do.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here. Why don't you start off by telling the same question I asked last time. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on since last time. I'm sure you got a lot going on.
Well, let's see. I can't remember. You said we talked a few months back. Well, in the last few months, things have really been popping. About 2 weeks ago, I was back in the studio in Nashville recording a new song that's got a little bit of an R&B flair to it. I've always said I don't want to be a pigeonhole writer. I want to be a multi-genre writer so that I can hit a lot of different areas and spectrums. And this one is a little bit more of an R&B. It's got a little Bill Withers, Robert Palmer, Van Morrison sound to it, and I'm excited about it. It's called "Get In Where You Fit In."
Excuse me.
So, and then we just come off of the Tennessee Country Gospel Bluegrass music organization in Tennessee. You have to qualify within your state organization to get to go to the North American Country Music Show NACMA in Pigeon Forge in March. And so I was very, very blessed to have won Vocalist of the Year, Album of the Year, and Songwriter of the Year in my category just 2 weeks ago as well. So things have really been hopping and popping. Of course, I continue to stack up the awards, and I love them. It gets people to recognize who you are and what you're doing. And of course, you get a lot of people judging that has friends in the business that can say, "Hey, listen to this guy here, or listen to this song we got going on." So just really a blessed guy to be able to do what I love to do, Paul.
Mm. Well, I can tell that, like I said, this is the third time we've had your show on, and you really do great work, Gary, and I just hope you'll be around for a while.
I hope so, yes.
Excuse me. Well, has there been any shows or concerts opening up for you that you want to talk about, or?
Not really any live shows. We were in the process of looking at some things about 4 months ago. I don't know if you're familiar with a group from the 60s called the Outsiders. They did a song
I
called
think
Time
I do
Won't.
remember that group. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am friends with those guys, and the original member left as a drummer. And I was blessed to be asked to come and do a couple of shows with them up in Cleveland, Ohio. And I was actually able to go on stage and do a couple of my songs 2 nights with those guys. And so that was a really excellent thing. They're really a bunch of cool guys, and to be on stage with guys that played on American Bandstand and Where the Action Is back in the '60s is just really a cool thing to do.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad that you had a good time with the Outsiders. Like I said, I think I do remember that band, and they were really good. Of course, a lot of bands from the '60s were really
Oh
awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the time I grew up in, and that's when the music was just really good. You could understand it, had a story base to it, and the beat and the sound was just fabulous, and the people wore wild clothes, kind of like I do now. I just I tell my wife all the time that life's too short to wear boring clothes, so I like to wear clothes that makes me stand out.
Now I hear you, man. Well, that's good. And I know that if you did have any concerts, I know that you could probably go to your Facebook page and keep updated there. Or maybe you have a website you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, listen. I love to post on Facebook. Matter of fact, again, my wife says, "Why are you always on your phone?" I said, "That's my business. I'm on Facebook posting my music and putting posts so people will follow me, and I like to put everything that I'm doing on there so that people have an idea." I recently updated my website. I had a very very great company out of Canada, Jason Stantletter. He did my website, new website, and it's just fabulous. I've gotten so many compliments on the way it looks and the way they arranged it. I recommend the guy to anybody. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to look at. So there's where you can find a lot about me as well.
Yes, I know Jason really well. He's a really great guy, and he really does great in the music business. So, um,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we can find all your music just like before in all the streaming formats.
Oh yeah, we post all the music on the website. That way you can actually take a look at it. People like to go to Spotify, but Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora and those things, they play just a song every now and then, unless you just actually go into the playlist. But the best way to find the music, in my opinion, is go straight to the website. That way you can go down and pick out the songs you like. Another thing that I've instituted in the last 6 or 8 weeks is I started having a fan of the week. And what I do is I pick somebody who follows me, shares my post, comments on my Facebook post and things on a regular basis. And I actually send them a picture of me, a CD, and a certificate saying, you're a fan of the week. And that has been pretty successful. I've gotten about 8 or 9 people so far out, and we're going to continue doing the program because it's fun. It's fun, and some of the places are businesses that someone in the business will share it. Then, of course, they'll put my picture up in the business, and hey, that's when it's big time, man. When you go into a restaurant or a place of business and you see your picture on the wall, that's big time.
Yeah, exactly. And so everybody go out there to his website. What is it, GaryMathenyMusic.com? Is that what it is?
You can go to Gary Matheny Music. Like I tell everybody, just Google my name. You're going to find me somewhere. So, but
And check out
we,
all his latest concerts if there's any, and all the streaming media and so forth. I mean, he'll
oh, yeah,
probably just about anything you want to do that. I know he would love you for that, especially if you follow him on Facebook.
yeah.
And I guess we're getting ready to play the song in just a minute. Back Where I Belong. It sounds like a self-explanatory song, but tell us the story about this song. We'd love to hear it.
A friend of mine, Lee Jordan, in Monticello, Georgia, he and I have done some songwriting together. And this is when he called me up one day. He said, I've got an idea for a song. He said, help me write it. So we got together and co-wrote the song. And I went to Nashville and recorded it. It's on my Renaissance album. And so it's actually running number 19 on Cashbox Independent Country Top 100 for October. I was really amazed. I've won bronze in not world songwriting, but global music recently, a bronze level, and it's been a really, really good song. It's just really people like it. It's got a good beat to it. It's a little bit country rock, but it's got a real good lyrics to it. So I'm proud of it. It's one I feel is going to be a very, very good song.
Okay. Well, like I said, we'll be playing that in just a second here. But before we go, I want to thank you so much again for coming back on the show, Gary. Come back anytime you have something new, and we'll help you plug that as well. And we'll be glad to hear any updates you have at that time.
I appreciate it so much. And like I said, there's always things going on. I try to keep busy doing something with a song. I like to write. I don't want to ever get to a point where I'm stale in writing. So I try to write something all the time. And if it feels like it clicks, then that's when we're going to go further with. So but I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And without further ado, here it is, Back Where I Belong by Gary Matheny, and it begins right now.
Coming back from where I don't belong, been looking at things I don't need to see, and I've been driving all night long, trying to find my way back home, but the road keeps going. I gotta get going back to where I belong. Home sweet home. I know sometimes I'm hard to understand. Never felt I needed a master plan. I guess I'm not all that tough, but I do believe I've had enough, and the road keeps growing. I gotta get going back to where I belong. Home sweet home. World is turning, spinning round. Everything's got me down. Life is crashing in on me. The rain is falling and I can't see. The road is long and I can't think. I need a place to crash, I need a drink. I got to make these last few miles. I need to see my baby smile, but the road